The 2009 men's cross country team. The Tribe ran to a brilliant fifth-place showing at the 2009 NCAA Cross Country Championships, the second highest team finish in program history. Three individuals, Jon Grey, Patterson Wilhelm, and Colin Leak, earned All-America honors, marking the first time the Tribe has produced multiple All-Americans at a single NCAA cross-country meet. William & Mary reached the NCAAs by pacing the 35-team field at the NCAA Southeast Regional Championship, posting an impressive team score of 49 points, ranking as one of the best performances in school history. Patterson Wilhelm, Jonathan Gray, Colin Leak, and Zach Gates, and Brian Sklodowski each earned all-region honors. The Tribe had long established dominance over CAA competition and would go on to win 22 straight league titles between 2000 and 2021. And the 2009 crew was no exception, as 6 runners earned all CAA recognition, with Brian Sklodowski claiming the individual championship. The following week, the program showcased its depth by sending a separate squad of runners to compete at the IC4A Championships, where they achieved an impressive second-place finish in the 13-team field. By season's end, head coach Alex Gibby was named the CAA Cross Country and Southeast Regional Coach of the Year, while Jon Grey was named the CAA Athlete of the Year, Brian Sklodowski earned the Scholar Athlete of the Year, and Zach Gates was named the CAA Rookie of the Year. The squad finished the year with an overall record of 137-11. Once again, here are a few thoughts from this team's former head coach, Alex Gibby. When I reflect on this team, the first thing that comes to mind is that it was greater than the sum of its parts. It was a bunch of strong personalities who played off each other in such an effective way that it emphasized their strengths and mitigated their potential weaknesses. We started the year racing in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and beating the defending national championships from both the Division I and Division II ranks, and never looked back. We held out our top 6 at the CAAs and placed 6th within the top 9 runners. We held out our number 4 guy in the NCAA regionals and scored 43 points to win a region that had 4 other teams qualify. And at the NCAA, placed 3 individuals on the All-American team. It was all go, all fall. They were a seasoned group that worked extremely hard and combined mental, physical, and emotional pieces of their training to achieve something special. It is a team that stood apart and one deserving to be recognized alongside our greatest ever in the William & Mary Hall of Fame. We now welcome Coach Gibby to the podium alongside Patterson Wilhelm to speak on behalf of the team.
I know. When you're the last speaker of the night, you hold considerable power. I'm the only person standing between you all and the delis. I'm Patterson Wilhelm, and I have the privilege of representing William & Mary in cross country and track from 2006 to 2011. I'm grateful to be here tonight speaking on behalf of the 2009 men's cross country team. First, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame committee members for this honor. The 2009 cross country team was an extremely tough group of guys, and we are thrilled for the induction. I would also like to say congratulations to all the other inductees. It's awesome to see some familiar faces and reminisce on all of our big accomplishments. When I thought back on my time with this team, the same thing kept popping into my head. One tribe, one family. Now, I'll be the first to admit, when I was in school, I thought this motto was extremely cheesy. But the older I get, the more I realize this group is my second family. For those of you that don't know, we have several teammates who are no longer with us. Kelly Watt, Rob Sagar, Jon Grey, and Ben Massam. Our team reunited 2 years ago in Williamsburg to celebrate their lives. We coordinated a group run at York River State Park, where we enjoyed team practice a decade earlier. The Majestic Oak Trail was the spot we all love to run at the park. It ended at a large oak tree, which Maxim referred to as His Majesty. Unfortunately, the tree fell down a few years ago, but we were able to salvage some of the wood from the tree and create a memorial bench from it and place it where His Majesty had originally stood tall. We dedicated the bench to Maxim in 2022, but it serves as a memorial to all of our teammates who we have lost. It was a powerful ceremony, and I was reminded how much we've been through together. I'm looking forward to our run there tomorrow morning. It won't feel the same if Gibby doesn't show up with his Brooks hat on, Pepsi Max in hand, and yelling at us. I mean coaching. The good old days. Speaking of, none of this would have been possible without our coach, Alex Gibby, and his assistants, Ryan Murphy and Ed Moran. What Gibby lacked in athletic talent, which was extremely limited, he made up for in his coaching ability. Gibby was our leader and fostered a family environment, albeit sometimes a bit dysfunctional, but hey, that's family. There was never any doubt who cultivated the culture in our locker room. Gibby was an incredible coach, mentor, and now friend. For that, I'll be forever grateful. There would be no 2009 men's cross country team without Gibby, so thank you. Though, I believe you should be thanking us for the Michigan and Harvard jobs we were able to get for you. Too soon? To all my teammates here, the 2009 season was a culmination of all of our collective hard work and countless miles run together. Fartleks at Eastern State, pace runs on Country Road, leapfrogging unsuspecting visitors on Dog Street. All of that led to our success. Tonight's honor is a product of grinding it out together as a family. Well, except for you, Lewis, because you only ran the first and last race of the season. Talk about riding our coattails to the Hall of Fame. But in all seriousness, I'm very proud to have been part of this team. We were second at the Cowboy Jamboree. We were fourth at pre-nationals. We won the CAA conference meet. We won the Southeast Regional. We were second at the IC4A championships and fifth at the NCAA championships. We had numerous all-conference, all-region, and all IC4A runners alongside 3 All-Americans. It's a huge honor to be inducted into the William & Mary Athletics Hall of Fame and a fun way to catch up with my cross-country family. Thanks, and trap pride.
Yeah, truly the last speaker of the night. Just a couple things. One, it's nice to be back in Williamsburg. I'm a 97 graduate, and while I'm sort of a mercenary these days, going wherever people pay me, it's a special place. I got the opportunity to walk around CW last night. None of the cops asked me what was in my flask. Walk through campus. It's like, we all understand because we are either graduates or had graduates of the place, but I've coached at 5 different universities, and this place is terrific. And so, Brian, it's a wonderful place. You've got control of it, and I like it enough that if you're willing to fire those guys, I'll come back. I'd like both their salaries, though. But anyways, very special place. And this team is unique. When I coached them, it was 15 years ago. I was a young coach. I'm not quite as young as I used to be. And if you know anything about coaches, we have control issues. I rarely miss practice, but this group was special enough for me to leave my group back home, come down for a few days, see this beautiful place, and get a chance to celebrate something that probably in 2009 I didn't appreciate how good they were. I've had the opportunity to coach 17 teams at the NCAA level, and by far and away, this was the most focused. I feel bad because I gave Jay all my good lines earlier, but this is truly, like, this group was better than the sum of its parts. The way they bounced ideas off of each other and truly work to strengthen each other is unique. I'd like to take credit for it, but that was all them. And so, we talk about our sport. This was a culmination of a run of groups that we had there in the late 2000s, but we were, as we have said numerous times, we were 5th in the country, and we did it without a single high school American on a roster. In fact, if there's a story that encapsulates this group at all, after the 2009 national championships were in terrible Terre Haute, Indiana, appreciating the paper mills, but with a terrific result behind us. And there's a young man, Chris Derrick, who we had on an official visit here at William & Mary. The kid was a high school superstar, arguably the best kid in the country. He decided to go to Stanford. As a Harvard coach, I can tell you that's a mistake. But he decided to go to Stanford, and he was a unique personality. He was a single-digit guy every year at the NCAA, something that for an American high schooler has only been done 2 or 3 other times. But we get done with the meet, and you got the high school All-Americans, and then on the backside in Division I, you have what you call your 920 guys, your 922 milers. They're like good enough to be on a roster, but it's not necessarily someone you're trumpeting in the recruiting process. But Chris Derrick walked up to me afterwards, and we had just beat Stanford by 5 or 6 places, and he goes to me, he's like, "Coach Gibby, you still got you guys running 100 miles a week?" And I turned to him and I go, "Are my 920 guys still beating the shit out of your high school All-Americans?" So I apologize for the verbiage, but I have a weakness. Anyways, but fundamentally, listen, thank you, Bilbo. Fundamentally, as coaches, we talk a lot about winning, but as I've matured, we realize that it's winning is part of the process, right? And what we're trying to create are memories and experiences, lessons that are going to last a lifetime. And being with these guys for the last day and a half, 2 years ago when we came back with Ben, as a coach, my heart is full. You can tell the relationships with these guys have withstood the test of time. And yes, we can fondly reflect upon a finish or a championship or a individual honor. But fundamentally, I think when these guys get together and reflect, it's the hard times, the good times, the times in between, failing a PChem test, you name anything that comes into it. And so as a coach, I'm obviously extraordinarily proud of the team. And very thankful that what they pulled from this was an experience that I think will last the rest of our lives. And thank you very much. Have a nice night.